Tonight we are talking about shootings involving Iowa cops, and we want to understand more about how the shootings happen and the training that law enforcement goes through. Joining us now is Dean Sharpp, a former police officer in Council Bluffs, still in security to this date. Dean, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I can only imagine the pressure that cops are under when they have to make that decision to pull the trigger. What kind of training do police go through in anticipation of something that is maybe not that likely to happen during their career, but certainly can happen?
I'm not sure there is any kind of training that you can go through to get you prepared for an actual use of your weapon to shoot someone. We obviously do a lot of firearms training. We obviously do a lot of tactical training. But to actually prepare to either injure or take someone's life to stop the threat against you, I'm not sure there is any kind of preparation you can go through.
Is the general guidance that an officer should feel like his life or his safety is in jeopardy at that moment? Is there sort of a bar there that's discussed, or is it more up to the officer's discretion?
Well, I mean, discretion surely plays a part, but the code's very clear. It says that in order for a law enforcement officer to use deadly force, he has to believe that he is in peril or someone else is in peril, seriously bodily injury or death. So that is the guidelines that most departments around the country use when they're training officers.
Right. Yeah, obviously a lot of scrutiny of this issue lately with some high-profile shootings that police have been involved in. The number one I can think of is Jacob Blake in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Do you think the typical American understands the pressure that officers face on the street in these quick situations when they're dealing with dangerous criminals?
No, absolutely not. Unless you've been there, unless you've done this, you have no idea of you're asking a human being to be correct 100% of the time. He cannot be wrong. If he is scrutinized for months and months for a decision that he's been required to make in milliseconds. So for a normal person, it's not a slight on society. It's just if you have not done the job, you don't know the pressure that something like this would put on you to make that kind of decision, to actually shoot and take someone's life in that short period of time.
Do you think there are police second-guessing them at all, second-guessing themselves on the streets at all? And do you think it's going to be harder to recruit cops?
Oh, I'm sure they're second-guessing themselves. Like I said, I've been out of the business 4 years, but I'm sorry, your second question was?
Do you think it's going to be harder to get people to join the force going forward?
Yeah, recruitment. I mean, you can see, I know in Council Bluffs, our normal recruitment is, 50 to 60 for 2 to 3 positions. And I'm fairly close to, with the guys still on the department. In their last testing process, they were able to get a list of 6 candidates. All
right. Well, tough times right now. Know that Iowans are pulling for law enforcement and are on your side, and we appreciate your comments. Dean Sharpp, former police officer from Council Bluffs, thanks for being with us.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And here is a look at some of the officer-involved shootings that we have tracked so far in 2020 in Iowa. Some shootings were deadly, like those in Webster City, Fort Dodge, Bettendorf, and Altoona.